it's Christine. It is day 12 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and here is today's sketch. It is by Ashley the Scrapping Nerd. It looks kind of sporty to me, if I'm honest. It looks, this is kind of like baseball looking, or maybe basketball, whichever. The seams, and then of course the stars and that sort of thing kind of gives you this sports feel. There's a vertical, it's kind of an L design, obviously, with a couple square photos. And kind of see, yeah, it's like matted on a frame there. So, very cute. Title, all the good things. I'm not going sporty, though, y'all. I've been talking about these pictures I took. So, this is when we were in Nashville. We gone for Christmas. And we were in that little town with all the Christmas decorations. And we walked by this car. And at first, I thought this was real. I was like, oh, my gosh. You know, what has somebody got going on? And then I realized it was outside the... there was like a little movie theater thing, and it was outside that. So I realized this was from Christmas Vacation, which I've mentioned before on one of my videos. I don't know which one, couldn't even tell you, but this is one of my favorite movies. It's not my favorite. A Christmas Story is my favorite. My cat, y'all. What? No. This is probably my second favorite, though. So I got these two pictures. So they're going to take the place of these little square pictures down there. And then I have this Scrap Room Flavors of the Month from, I think this was December. And it's the Simple Stories Mix a Mingle. Got the sticker sheet because look at this, y'all. Look at this car with this tree on top. Ah, I'm so excited. But I love this color palette, but I only had one sheet of paper left, okay? However, my hip kit from December 2022 has a fairly similar color palette. Look at this, y'all. I got the pink and the yellow, and there's kind of this turquoisey color. So I'm going to combine these two, and I'm going to use these to do this layout here. I don't have any idea other than I did see, I think I'm going to use this, kind of how she has the polka dotty looking thing. These I think is what I'm going to play for that piece there. I do know that piece. But other than that, I hadn't really 100% figured it out. I know there's actually, I say that, there's this pink, which could be the frame part, right? So it could be the part that goes like this. So it looks kind of like that. Or I guess if you want to look at it, I'm doing this all silly, y'all, but you see what I mean. It's got the pink. Because that looks pretty cute. So I think, what I did the other picture? Well, oh, there it is. So I think that's going to be kind of cute. I'll have to mat these. Probably use white. Because I think they'll look pretty. That's what I'm starting with. And I'm excited because I'm going to use this darn sticker. That's the whole purpose of this, is this sticker right here. So I'm going to get to cutting. I will come back on in a minute. I hadn't figured out what this is going to be. Although I say that. Y'all, I'm so goofy. Look at this. Look at these word stickers here. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm kind of excited. So let me get to cutting, and I'll be back on in just a minute. Well, y'all, I did not end up using white cardstock behind them two pictures. I went ahead and used, there was a little piece of pink and white, like scrap, I had cut into it. And then there was a navy blue on the back side of it. And I kind of liked the navy because I thought it set it off from the green a little bit. I should have used white. I don't know. But I kind of like how it turned out, so it's probably fine. Now, what I decided to do for the little L piece is I had that little pink grid paper there, and that's going to be the wider piece of it. And then I'm going to use this yellow, I don't know what that's called. It looks kind of like an Epcot deal, the little triangle things. And I'm going to cut that into a little bit narrower piece, and that's going to be on top of that. And that's going to make those two bands. And there was floral patterns and stuff. There was actually one of them had a really pretty like bird pattern, but I thought it was going to end up being way too busy on top of those leaves, and I didn't really want to mess it up. So that's what I ended up deciding upon. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually end up using a black pen to draw an outline around the outside edge of the green leaf paper. If that cat, y'all, she got all up in my business this morning. She was aggravated. And she was aggravating, for that matter. She got up in there and she kind of fussed at me. Of course, y'all don't hear it because I've got it on, you just hear me talking now. You don't get to hear the sounds when that happens. But she yells at me, man. She goes, meow. And then she went over and started beating on some boxes. And then she's going to jump up in here and again in a minute because I didn't really have to. I was able to do this layout in pretty much one setting with the exception of the very beginning. So she does hop up in there in a minute and you'll see her. She has to supervise. But I take this black pen. I just outline it. Now, the sketch actually showed that left-hand vertical band kind of covering up the edge, and so it almost looked like the square was only to the right, but I ended up, I think I let a little bit show. I kind of liked it showing them, so I'm going to deviate just a tad. So here's where I'm going to end up gluing these two things together. I thought about using the black pen on these ones as well, but I thought, no, I decided against that. And it did have these pretty patterns, so you can see I've kind of got these geometric things going on top of these leaves. And on the back side of those patterns, you can see it, there's a pretty floral and stuff. And I thought about it, but I think that would have been just way too busy. I really like the kind of I don't know if I want to use the word soothing, but the like grounding effect of these two patterns here. And you can see on the left side, I've got that green leaf showing just a little bit, whereas in the sketch, it really didn't show that, but I kind of like it this way. So I got my two pictures, and then I'm going to end up now, I'm going to glue all this stuff down, and I don't glue the pictures quite yet. I glue the leaves down, or the bands down, and then this is where I've got out my circle cutter, but it's a really good No, I didn't glue that down, y'all. I lied. I hadn't glued that down because I wanted my ink pen to go underneath the bands. What am I trying to say, y'all? So I do use this ring, and it looks great. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I mean, it's not a basketball looking thing, obviously, because I don't need it to be, but I think this looks kind of neat. I didn't really do much with it either, too. I thought about drawing little squiggles on it or this or that, but I kept it kind of simple because that's kind of what the sketch showed anyways. See that pretty floral back there? That's real pretty, but I just think it was too busy for the top of that green paper. I did really enjoy, though, how that paper went with everything else in the Hip Kit collection. And I really enjoy, and you'll see in a minute, I'll start pulling them stickers out. And I really enjoyed how that turned out, too. Y'all, sorry, my emails are going off over here. I'm doing this voiceover while I'm technically at lunch. So it's all my emails are going boom, 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 boom. Okay, I decided not to put them on foam. I really debated. That's why you're seeing me sit here for just a minute. Because I'm going, do I want it on foam? Do I not want it on foam? But I knew I was going to have to put those word stickers over the top of the right-hand photo. So I decided against it. I go, nope, just put it on down. I will use foam up underneath some of the stickers once I pick them out. But I just put the pictures down flat this time. But yeah, the pictures of this car from the Christmas Vacation movie, if you've not seen it, this movie had Chevy Chase in it. So he had done Vacation, oh gosh, I think it was in the 80s. And the whole story there was he'd taken his family and they were going cross-country to this, basically like a Disney World, and it ended up being closed, and it was just a hot mess. He just had a hot mess the whole way. In Christmas Vacation, they're actually staying home, but he's trying to make it this wonderful family Christmas, and they've invited the whole family. And this poor dude, I mean, just nothing goes right. The best part is I think he's got all these lights. He puts like 50,000 lights or something on his house. Look at that cat, y'all. She sticks her tail over everything. Look at her. She's yelling at me. Y'all just can't hear it. Anyways, he puts some lights all over his house, and I don't know why the plug in the garage is somehow, I guess it's attached to a light switch or what. I guess ours does that, so I don't know why I'm saying that. Anyway, he couldn't figure out why his lights wouldn't come on. That was a funny part. But this part here with this tree on this car, he he wanted a big tree. They have to have a big tree. You know, Chevy Chase's character, man, I can't, what is his name? Good Lord, I'll think of it. Anyway, he's always got to do things bigger and better, right? So they go get a tree, and he's trying to get a tree, and he picks too big a tree. And I think, I'm trying to remember now because it's been a little bit, but I cannot remember if he forgot his axe. I feel like he might have forgot it. So they end up yanking the darn thing out of the ground, which is why the roots and stuff are showing or something like that. Anyway, they do finally get it home. And they put it in the house, and he goes to untie the string or something. Then it just explodes, shoots stuff out the windows and stuff. And then there ends up being a squirrel in that tree that only the old grandma could hear. And she couldn't hear nothing, and they could hear it was a squirrel. Anyway, it jumps on people. It's funny. Anyway, you can see I've done put the title down there, and I went ahead and called that Christmas Vacation. It's kind of funny in the sense because it's our Christmas Vacation, but then also, of course, that car and that tree and all that kind of stuff is from that movie. So I've called that Christmas Vacation, and I have stuck my car sticker down, y'all. I have used my car sticker with the Christmas tree on top. I'm so excited. And then now I'm just grabbing some different words here. They're just kind of various different little sentiments related to Christmas. You know, to me, they kind of spoke to the movie and the Christmas part. I mean, the whole little set there is, of course, kind of Christmas and winter related. So you couldn't really go wrong with picking any of them. But I'm trying to pick various different colors and things. I've obviously got more word stickers than the sketch called for, but I'm okay with that. I think that looks nice. And again, like I said, I'm just kind of filling in little holes and kind of going around. And then I'm going to pick out in a moment, she had 3 large stars going up the side of the vertical element there. And I'm going to pick out 3 stickers from this. I think I'm still fiddling around with these words over here. I'm just finding the right ones, you know. So I'm going to pull out the sweater, and I'm going to pull out, I'm trying to remember, y'all. I don't have it in front of me right now. I definitely pulled out that little green sweater, little ugly sweater thing. And that's kind of because in my mind, there's a scene where he's got like sweaters, and he's wearing a sweater, I think, on Christmas night or something. I just pull out a few little small pieces here. At this point, I am not putting any foam behind it, but I will come back and put foam behind these. I'll get little foam squares. I just felt like that whole layout was looking a little bit flat. And I couldn't do the car because I stuck the word phrases on top, and I didn't really want to mess with pulling up all the word phrases and stuff. I looked at the little chipboard there, didn't go with that. Looked at the ephemera, didn't go with that. Thought, you know what, I'm just going to stick with all these stickers because I have plenty to choose from. So, oh, there it is. I found a little floral right there. So I'll put that there, and then I'm going to pull the little red sweater off in a second. There we go. And then I'm going to pull 2 little presents off. And then when I'm going to cut it off in a second and pull the foam and stuff out because I go, well, they kind of see where it is. I will put foam basically up underneath all these pieces. And then on the presents, I'll leave that one unfoamed. That's a word. And I'll put foam up underneath that little smaller present. So I'll end up with foam under kind of most of it. And then those 3 little candies, or, well, I guess that's 2 snowflakes and a candy. So I'll end up with foam there. And yeah, I'm just kind of putting one more little sticker there. I think that looks really cute. I'm happy with that. So anyway, yep, now I'm going to cut over, and I have put my foam up underneath my pieces. You can kind of see the shadows a little bit. And I decided to go and get a little bit of white Mr. Huey's and sprinkle that just to kind of be a little extra. That's not really on the sketch, but I really liked it. It's not a lot. It's just real subtle, but I thought it looked cute. So that is all I'm going to do to lay out, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I was real excited to use my sticker with the tree on it to go with my car pictures there. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Y'all check out the playlist. Make sure you pay attention to everybody playing along. It's very polite to do so. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.